you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Oh boy, the most shadow banned one on YouTube and Twitter. Imagine that. It's Maddie and Mystic Skywatcher still reporting out of North Metro Atlanta, Georgia on September 9th, 2022 at 12:50 p.m. So I thought I'd come on here and share with you guys some boots on the ground this Frequency Friday afternoon, if you know what I mean. All the death towers radiating our brains, turning everybody into zombies. Yeah, you guys know what I mean. All right, so September 8th, channel that I watch here on YouTube, Boots on the Ground. Most people are going backwards financially. Imagine that. All intentionally done. Shows a channel out of Georgia, Southern Prepper One. I'll drop the link. Go share and check them out, guys. Very, very good information about to share with you. So take it all for what you want. Filter it however you want.
Date. My heating company called me for routine cleaning, which is unusual. We usually have to call them. The woman on the phone said people are declining service. I asked why. Since the program, you pay a small amount monthly and most things are included. She said people are afraid of the expense if something is wrong. We're on oil heat here and new oil burners cost a minimum of $10,000 for a new furnace. Please address the possibility of a UPS strike. The last one crippled the economy very quickly. Although it recovered quickly, now it will cause mass destruction on an already damaged economy. Yes, UPS is coming up on have to renew their contract, so they're in this debate and discussion. So hopefully they can work these things out. In April, I purchased a new item from Amazon and received it used, so I returned it. I live in a rural area, and so I had UPS pick it up at my house, which was free pickup. Fast forward to September 6th. I purchased a Christmas present for my son from Amazon that stated it was 15 inches tall, and I received a tiny 5-inch item. I went in and put an inaccurate description and started a return. I again put I wanted UPS to pick up at my home, and Amazon now charges $8 for UPS pickup. It's still free if you go and drop it off at a UPS drop-off. With Christmas coming, I think people should be aware of this new charges they have started. My husband received a very strange phone call from an energy provider for a survey. The survey seemed to have focus of our approving to have a Wi-Fi thermostat. Of course, we are against such thing, especially since what happened to the residents of Colorado recently. However, it makes us wonder if this will be forced in the future. My appointment was canceled today with a cardiologist. My first follow-up since heart failure 3 months ago. They said they had to do isotope dye to do the heart test. So I guess they didn't have it. So my name has been put in a list, and when they have it, I will be notified. She told me they didn't even know when they will be able to get it due to the supply chain issue. This is Northwest Arkansas, the Fayetteville, Arkansas area. I feed my dog dry dog food, a Purina product from Tractor Supply Company. I've done it for several years. I bought a 52-pound bag last week, and they will barely touch it. So their dogs will not eat the food. One threw up afterwards. I went to check the Best By date on the bag. I was surprised to find at the date where it's supposed to be stamped, it was blank. I posted this information in several Facebook prepper groups, and the people replied having the same issue recently with the I think it's called Retriever. I guess that's the dog food name. And blank Best By dates. Also had 2 people report blank Best By dates on Purina dog food. For several years, I have been volunteering at a local pantry to help distribute food to the low-income, elderly, and disabled. Last week, one church food pantry instructed the volunteers to let each family or person who receives food know that they now have to fill out a 3-page document because they will now only be able to go to only one food bank per month. They said if you go to more than one, that the government will be calling you and you'll be in trouble with the possibility of losing your benefits. If a church or organization buys food from the government-ran food bank, they are now requiring documentation of anyone who lives at an address, how much money they make, each person's name, social security number for each person, and if they are working a job, and the name and number of place of the work they work. They want the church or organization to report to them who has picked up food each month. I told the church that most of these people have to go to several food pantries in order to feed their families. The food pantries give very little food, and much of it might be moldy bread, rotten fruit, half-rotten potatoes, sour milk, and what would really equal to about 1 paper bag of food. If these elderly and disabled are only allowed to go to one food pantry per month, many will starve. What happened to separation of church and state? When the church starts letting government take control of the food supply, then we will see a much quicker decline of health and wellness of the people. God help the hungry and hurting people as the government takes more and more control away from we, the people. I'm a U.S. Army vet, Vietnam vet. I've been on a CPAP machine for probably 7 or 8 years. When I first got the machine from the VA, I was told to use distilled water in the water reservoir. But if distilled water was not available, to use purified water, but not to use tap water. The reason for this is there are less minerals in distilled water, as minerals in the water causes a mineral buildup in the plastic water reserve, which makes it more difficult to clean. There are more, I guess, minerals in bottled water, but there are way more in tap water. Early on, I decided to use bottled water, and it seemed to work out fine. I use white vinegar and a brush to clean. So if people can't get distilled water, regular bottled water will work just fine. And actually, in the worst case, tap water will do, but a lot more scrubbing will be needed. So, medical advice, follow whatever your doctor or medical professional tells you to do. But sounds like it's working for him to use different water and not the distilled water. I live in Harrisburg, Virginia. For the most part, our Walmart has fared well and been stocked, probably because we have a distribution center close by. But this is worse than during the height of the pandemic. It could just be worse too because it was Labor Day weekend, but I've never seen the hot bar at the deli empty ever. Another viewer had mentioned price changes on their cart on Amazon. This has happened to me too. Went to buy a 12-pack of Progresso soup for $22. Decided not to buy it right away, and the next morning the price jumped to $43. Needless to say, I took it out of my cart and checked it again a few days later, and magically the price went down again. So there you go, some boots on the ground. Continue prepping, continue preparing, show kindness and love wherever you can today. Thanks for watching.
All right, again, that's Southern Prepper 1, Boots on the Ground. Very great information. I thought you guys all need to be informed about all that. You can go watch the rest of the video. It's very informative, the whole thing. However, all of that is really important for all our lives. And listen, I don't trust what goes in dog food. If your dog's not eating it, that can tell you a lot. Okay, Queen Elizabeth II. We know she passed yesterday, September 8th, 2022. And my video last night covered her and her dirty deeds. All right, so here's another video on the missing children in 1964, Kamloops, Canada. And
October of 1964, kissing cousins Elizabeth and Philip paid a royal visit to a Catholic residential school for Aboriginal children in Kamloops, British Columbia, Canada. William Coombs was 12 years old at the time of the royal visit. I was an inmate at the Kamloops school when we were visited, said Coombs. I remember it was strange because they came by themselves, no big fanfare or nothing. But I recognized them, and the school principal told us it was the Queen, and we all got given new clothes and good food for the first time in months the day before she arrived. The day the Queen got to the school, I was part of a group of kids that went on a picnic with her and her husband and some of the priests. We went down to a meadow near Dead Man's Creek. I remember it was weird because we all had to bend down and kiss her foot, and she was wearing a white lace boot. After a while, I saw the Queen and her husband leave the picnic with 10 children from the school, and those kids never returned. They took away those 10 kids and nobody ever saw them again. We never heard anything more about them, and we never met them again, even when we were older. They were all from around there, but they all vanished. The group that disappeared was 7 boys and 3 girls in age from 6 to 14 years old. They were all from the smart group in the class. 2 of the boys were brothers, and they were matey from Quesnel. Their last name was Arnoux, or Arnold. I don't remember the others, just an occasional first name like Cecilia, and there was an Edward. What happened was also witnessed by my friend, George Adolph, who was 11 years old at the time and a student there too. But he's dead now. William Coombs, the sole survivor, was scheduled to appear as the star witness at the International Tribunal into Crimes of Church and State in London, England. But William Coombs never made it to the tribunal. He died of unknown causes shortly before he was scheduled to testify. Reverend Kevin Annett, a former minister of the United Church of Canada, believes that William Coombs was murdered to stop him from speaking out about the royal abductions and other crimes of murder and torture that he had witnessed at the school.
In a nutshell, what happened was I was letting people speak from the pulpit about the crimes I'd seen in the residential school, the murders and that. I also found out about the land deals that were happening where the church was selling off native land to big logging companies for kickbacks. And I wrote a letter about that to the church. I was fired without cause and eventually thrown out of the church without any due process at all. But that one thing led to another, and I began to work a lot more with the survivors after that, the eyewitnesses.
Dirty, dirty family there. Oh boy, guys. It's go watch the documentary on that. That's just a little clip. Here is another reason I've shouted out many times that any of you parents that are letting your children watch Disney, shame on you. There's another reason you shouldn't be letting your children watch Disney. Look at this crap. Blatantly, boldly interface mockery.
So there's a new animated series by Disney that came out August 25th. It's called Little Demon. The mother is a cool, badass tattooed witch with occult powers. Also, she copulated with Satan himself and bore his child. The Little Demon portrays occult rituals and blood sacrifices as activities that are fun and exciting. Many other series targeting teenagers and young adults convey the same message: the unholy trinity and an inverted cross. Just pure satanic symbolism being flashed on the screen. Is this still entertainment? No, it's not. So the one eye sign is all over the place in Little Demon, and Satan assumes the form of a non-threatening, nice-looking father who's looking out for his daughter. The protagonist has cool powers that allow her to fight back against bullies at school and such. The message: Satan is your friend. Another message: witchcraft is female empowerment. Also, notice the eye in her hair. And let's look at the trailer here.
Evil armadillo.
It's me, Satan.
Possession 101. I'm bad, Grandma. I'm a chicken now. Step on me. I know, now you're thinking, is he a dad or just a cool friend?
I was thinking that you're trying too hard.
I'm pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name.
Okay. And as if this isn't bad enough, we're going to go down and we're going to look at the guy who is the producer. And this is where it really gets hideous, and it's been hideous a long time. This is Dan Harmon. He created a comedy short called Daryl in 2009, a parody of the series Dexter, and it was awful. The main reason: he rapes a baby twice. Okay. In 2018, 4chan users uncovered Daryl and exposed the world to its awfulness. Alarmed by the fact that people were on to him, Harmon, the producer, promptly deleted his entire Twitter account. And I don't care about your Twitter account. What else? So this is where it gets ugly. The guy sneaks into the baby's room, takes off his pants, and rapes the baby. Then the character convinces another patient that the only way to cure his baby of what I don't know is to rape it. This guy takes off his pants again and rapes the baby in front of its father. The show ends with Harmon saying he really enjoyed it. This is not comedy. This is hideousness, absolute hideousness. It's all pretty unthinkable, and that's one of the problems about evil today, is that good people don't know how truly evil can be. I had to learn, and it's bad. It's really bad. I like that this article at the Vigilant Citizen included a Bible verse, 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Absolutely. And we need to remember that this is a spiritual war. We're not fighting against flesh and blood. We're fighting against evil spirits, and they're everywhere. So with that, Let's remember to pray without ceasing. God bless you.